Welcome to another episode of the Read Pile. Today I'm taking a look at Gumshoe City. This is by Winston Gambro and Michael Lee Harris. I know Winston. We shop at the same comic shop. We have hung out in the back room for many a Wednesday. But I had not read this. I have read several of his books, I think 4 if I'm remembering correctly. Beginning with Overflow, which I did a video on possibly a year and a half ago. Quite some time ago. But this is wildly different than the other stuff that he's done. For one, he doesn't draw it. As I said, it is art by Michael Lee Harris. And there's a kind of Rob Guillory of Chew and Farmhand fame. Look and feel to this. It is slightly cartoonish. It's slightly exaggerated. There are many hidden joke details, like the fact that this mustache is taped on. It's the other thing about Winston's other books is they are all serious, and this is comedy. And I would love the opportunity to ask Winston some questions, and if the stars align, maybe that can happen. So there may be a follow-up video to this. This is great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There is sort of a challenge on the back here. Can you solve the mysteries before they do? There are 2 stories for the price of 1. So the first stars this Meepo Matthews. The second, Erica Loosecannon. I love this name as well. But this gives the slightest hint of the sort of humor of the story. As I said, there are 2 stories. I did not solve the first one before the characters did. I did solve the second. However, I think I was using outside information. One of the characters makes a reference to a thing, and knowing Winston, I'm like, I think that is what I think it is. And yeah, I was able to connect those dots, but I don't know that I would have been able to do that strictly from the story itself. The first time I wasn't even trying, and then by the time it was revealed, I'm like, oh, I think I was supposed to try to solve that myself. So I was paying more attention during while reading the second story. But this is a city of detectives, and both of these happen in the same continuity. There is a minor crossover at a diner. 2 scenes happen at the same time. But it's a city of detectives. There is something to investigate. In the first one, there is a murder. This guy's friend is killed. And I thought a piece of evidence was going to be more important than it wound up being. And, you know, in mysteries, that sort of thing I appreciate. Because if you make, you know, a big deal out of something, then anyway, you know how mysteries work. So, the art's great. The writing is very interesting. I would like to see more from this Michael Lee Harris, because I have become a fan. I honestly would like to see Winston write more like this, because it is highly enjoyable. We've got this guy hopping around at one point, his pants around his ankles. It's very funny. It's very funny. It's interesting. There are a bunch of these chapter breaks. There's a somewhat intermission here when a character gets knocked unconscious, and we get just this one page about birds solving a crime. It's fantastic. It's very funny. I enjoyed myself quite a bit writing this. It's quite lengthy. I don't know how many pages this is, but it's there's a lot of material here. There's backup material as well. Sketches. There are additional mini comics. I have not finished reading these, but I'm looking forward to reading these as well. And I hope that the Gumshoe City universe continues. It's again, I just had an absolute blast reading these. This is not my usual thing, but I highly enjoyed it. So if you are at all curious, you can get this from Amazon, from Barnes & Noble, possibly comic shops. I think there was some difficulty getting it at mine, which is why I wound up buying it online, but this is available if you are curious, and I do recommend it. There are a couple of things that I think this is ultimately my question about where this falls within his creative output. There are a couple of things that stand out as they could have been tightened up. I don't know if the burger is supposed to be green. That seems like a coloring error, but maybe not. There are just, like I said, a couple of things that I think could have been tightened up. It seems like new creators, but I don't think new creators would put out like a 200-page book. So it's good. And what I'm saying is it's good. I'm recommending it. If you're into mysteries, if you're into the art, then absolutely grab this. You will not regret it.